Alright everybody, welcome to Red Embrace. I was actually asked to play this game a while back. I finally got to buy it because it's my birthday. So yes, I'm very excited. It's by Argent Games, so the same people who did Your Dry Delight, so I expect good things. Let's just get into it. Let's just do this. Another regular late night in San Francisco. Ah yes, San Francisco, the most regular of cities. There usually aren't many customers around this time. Just the occasional junkie or drunk guy getting a burger to try and sober up. And here I am, staring at the whirring milkshake blender, bored out of my mind. The normal routine. I glance up when the doors to the kitchen behind me suddenly swing open. That guy's a werewolf. I don't know. It's Troy, my boss. Of course his name is Troy. He gives me a happy wave and grins, and I can tell he's going to call out my name in his usual friendly voice. Oh, what's my name? Well, let's see. Sasuke. Because that's not how you spell Sasuke. That's when I named the character for its hopeful boyfriend, because I like saying Sasuke really obnoxiously sometimes. Hey Sasuke, glad you decided to come in early. Yeah, boss, no problem. I probably shouldn't tell him I just need the extra money. What does he think I come here for? Fun? Kinda slow now, huh? Well, just keep the place cleaned up until someone comes in. I'll be in the back if you need me. Got it. With that, Troy disappears back into the kitchen, leaving me all alone again. Man, I really get why they call it the graveyard shift. It feels like I'm watching over a cemetery sometimes, one that smells like greasy burgers. Is it okay that I make him really, saucy? Oh, by the way, I decided to play this now because I just got done watching the second episode of the Dracula show on Netflix, and he's got Alucard levels of sass, so go watch it if you haven't. With a sigh, I reach for a rag and start to rub down the counter. Gonna be a long night. Ooh, did someone come in, Sasuke? At that moment, I realize there's a customer in one of the booths. When did he get here? I definitely didn't see him walk in. It's a guy in a dark hoodie with a slightly hunched posture, probably around my age, maybe a year or two older. Even though he's sitting down, I can tell he's pretty tall, and he looks intimidatingly muscular despite the baggy jacket. What's going on, good looking? Well, shady or not, a customer's a customer. Truth. I tuck a menu under my arm and stroll out from behind the counter, heading towards him. He doesn't eat burgers. He glances up when I get close, gazing at me sharply with two bright blue eyes. But he doesn't say anything. He just stares. He thinks you smell delicious. What the hell? Is he coming off a bad trip or something? Or is he just another rude college kid? Greet him politely. I mean, be nice. I know maybe he's having a bad night. You don't know. If he's a Dracula, then he could just be like, I haven't drank blood in like a week, so fuck off. And it's like, yes, sir. Very nice. In Red Embrace, most choices will impact MC's personality. The text in the top right will show how your personality has changed. Dialogue and choices unlock based on your personality. Play routes multiple times to see different reactions from the love interest. Nice. Ooh, I'm charming. Of course I am. Have you seen this face? I'm Sasuke, goddammit. Putting on my most welcoming smile, I slide the menu onto the table. Hello, sir. Can I get you anything tonight? A Coke, burger, milkshake? Blood? Don't look at me like that. The man blinks at me, looking taken aback by my words. Did I say something strange? I didn't think I was being too friendly, but maybe I should have acted more casually? Just coffee. Murmuring a response under his breath, he finally averts his gaze from my face. His voice is low and husky, not unpleasant, but it makes him sound a bit older than he looks. He's probably like 300. Why does he seem so tense? I wonder if there's a reason why he's acting all gloomy or if this is just his normal self. Coffee it is then. I'll be right back. I turn to head back towards the kitchen, wondering if this guy will even leave a tip. But before I can so much as take a step, Sasuke! A hand grabs my shirt, tugging me back. Flustered, I quickly glance over my shoulder at the strange man who narrows his eyes at me. Has anyone else come in here tonight? A man in a leather jacket with a tattoo on his cheek. He murmurs under his breath, staring at me so intensely that I swallow a nervous lump in my throat. Troy, this would be a great time for you to walk out of the kitchen. No one like that's come in here tonight. Why? Dude, you're showing your teethies. Your little cat teethies. He sinks back against the seat cushions at my reply, tightly balling one hand into a fist. After a moment, he pulls a cigarette from his pocket and clenches it between his teeth. The flame from his lighter briefly flickers in his bright blue eyes, a guilty look flashing over his face. Sorry. I'll get out of here. Muttering quietly, he starts to push himself out of the booth. But I shove my arm out to stop him. At least wait until you finish your coffee. It's pretty rude to come into a diner and leave without ordering anything, after all. He's a weird customer, but I'm kind of curious about why he's so uneasy. And this is the most interesting thing that's happened on any of my shifts, too. The man hesitates, studying me with a suspicious look. Yeah, I didn't poison it. Calm down. Maybe he thinks I'm teamed up with this leather jacket guy he's all worked up about. They must really have a history. Calm him down. I shake my head a little, letting out a patient sigh. Don't worry, I have no clue who Mr. Tattoo Face is. But my boss would get mad at me if I didn't ask a customer to stay, so why don't you stick around? He's so unsure. He's like, dude, this guy is like, fucking like, drink your coffee. Now. That's me. You don't waste coffee around me, okay? He pauses for a moment longer, and his blue eyes burn into me searchingly, as if he's trying to read my true intentions. But finally, he lowers himself back into the booth, giving a reluctant nod. I'll get that coffee then. Don't run away while I'm gone. Right. With that, I hurry towards the kitchen, setting up a pot of fresh coffee to brew. Troy's on his phone, chatting away with his new girlfriend, so I can't ask him if he knows the guy in the booth. Damn it, Troy. He's a strange customer, even for this hour, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. I don't want to play therapist or anything, but part of me wants to ask what he's brooding about. Would he tell a stranger, though? You could act like a bartender. What's he gonna do? Be like, none of your business? That's like the worst he can say, honestly. When the coffee's done, I grab the cup and head back to the booth, cream and sugar tucked under my free arm. To my surprise, the man is still there. He was staring off into space before, but when I get close, his head jerks towards me. Thanks. He mumbles awkwardly, pulling a cigarette from his lips and snuffing it out in the ashtray. No problem. I set the coffee along with the cream and sugar down in front of him. But he just sort of blankly stares at the table as if he's not sure what to do. Do you, want me to mix it in for you? The cream and sugar, that is. My offer makes his eyes widen, but after a brief pause, he stiffly nods. Has this guy never had coffee before? Huh. Well, I don't really mind, even though it's been a long time since a customer asked me to do this. The last customer who asked me to mix anything into anything was 5, so this guy he's pretty old for 5. I grab the cream and force him into the cup, stirring until the dark liquid turns into a pretty caramel shade. Sorry. After mixing in a couple of spoons of sugar, I push the coffee towards him expectantly. It's not French press, but it's not poison either. Go on. Drink it. You ordered it. You can't just not. Rude. He takes the cup and lifts it to his lips, looking unsure of himself. After a long sip, he blinks, and a surprised light washes over his face. It's sweet. Oh, did I put too much sugar in? I can get you another cup if you'd... No, it's fine. I like it. To my shock, the man's lips actually curl in a small smile. It makes him seem a lot less intimidating, and the look in his clear blue eyes softens a little. He's seriously an oddball. Odd, but kind of charming in his own weird way. A guy this size who doesn't even know how to drink coffee. Aww. Oh, I thought it was gonna be... Dude, she looks like me. Are you my sister? We're both wearing pink. Just then the diner's door suddenly swings open. A blonde girl strides up to the counter, plopping down on one of the bar stools with a loud sigh. Ah, Business is booming as usual. I've got to go see what he wants. But she. You just said it was a girl. She wants. But if you need any more coffee or just someone to spill your worries to, let me know, alright? It gets pretty lonely in here sometimes. Yeah. He lowers his eyes to stare at the depths of his coffee cup, not offering another word. I almost feel bad for leaving him, but I can't exactly ignore a customer. Troy would yell at me until he went hoarse. Hurrying around the counter, I approached the new customer curiously. Those were not the footsteps of a man in a hurry. Those were the casual footsteps of a guy who just wants to go home because the graveyard shift sucks. When I look closer, I realize it's actually a blonde guy, not a girl at all. So he should have said she before, and now he, because before he didn't realize it was a guy. So I think that was just a mistake on the writer's part. They knew that he was going to walk over and realize it was a man, but they accidentally said that before the reveal, which is fine. It happens with writing. He's so slender and short that he really looked like a girl from behind, but his face is a little too sharp to be a woman's. So do you usually stare like that at everyone who comes in here? I thought waiters were supposed to be welcoming, not creepy. The first words that come out of his mouth are pretty coarse, even though he's got a high sing-song voice. No, sorry, just a little tired, that's all. What can I get you? He purses his lips together scornfully, letting out an annoyed huff. But rather than responding to my question, he turns his head to scan the diner, and his gaze falls on the hoodie-wearing guy in the booth. The blonde stares intently at the other man, who doesn't seem to notice the scrutiny he's getting. What the hell? Is he really just going to sit here and ignore me? Ask if he'd like to order something. Well, I don't want to make this awkward situation any worse. Clearing my throat, I place a menu in front of the blonde to get his attention, and he quickly glances back towards me. Sir, would you like to order something? A glass of water, maybe? He looks a little sheepish, but he grabs the menu anyway and starts to sourly flip through it. I just want a soda. Any kind. I need to get a bad taste out of my mouth. What, from trying to smoke pot with your friends? I want to dryly ask, but I should probably have a little self-restraint. I grab a nearby cup and head over to the soda fountain, filling it up with some sugary yellowish-green drink that probably suits the taste of a kid like him. It's Mountain Dew, for sure, for shizzle. Or Mellow Yellow, which is delicious. It's too bad he doesn't have a nicer personality to match his cute face. I bet he never wears anything other than that annoying pout. After I slide the cup and a straw in front of the blonde, he tosses a couple dollar bills on the counter. Hey, is it always so dead in here? I don't usually come to places like this, but how do you stay open if there's no business? Shouldn't you be bankrupt? His bratty question is one I've heard a lot before, so it doesn't exactly catch me off guard. We're open during the day, too. Most people tend to come here when it's not, 2 a.m. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Isn't it boring when nobody comes in, though? He sounds so innocent and curious that my irritation melts away a little bit. It's pretty damn boring. Most of our clientele at this hour are just a few folks who are high, drunk, or both. They don't make for great conversation partners, let me tell you. Huh. The blonde snickers, pulling his straw out of his wrapper and shoving it into his glass. He sips a bit of the soda, then idly swirls the straw around with one finger, propping his chin up on his hand. His eyes are a lively, sparkling green, and they watch me with interest. How about any weird types? Weird types? You'll have to be more specific than that. Rolling his eyes, he pauses for a moment, as if he's thinking over his words more carefully. Like, people who don't really fit in? Don't order food or anything like that, just kind of lurk around, act shady, that type? You mean like you? Is what I would say. At the blonde's description, I find my gaze shifting towards the hoodie-wearing man in the corner. He's looking my way, too, and our eyes suddenly meet. Well, he definitely matches the type this kid is talking about, but there's no reason for me to say that. Besides, it's not as if we usually get customers like him. In fact, it's the first time I've ever seen someone who didn't know how to drink coffee. No, I can't say I've seen anyone like that come in here. Maybe they hang out in the seedier parts of town, if you can get seedier than this area, that is. His face, he's like, fuck. It might be my imagination, but at my response, I feel like the man in the booth just relaxed a tiny bit. Really? I guess so. The blonde looks a little displeased, and he chews on the tip of his straw absent-mindedly. Why do you ask? Are you looking for members of a gang or something? You could say that. He hesitates before replying, shifting in his seat. Don't tell me you're trying to join up with a band of thugs. Kids like you shouldn't fall in with the wrong crowd. My playful remark makes the blonde abruptly straighten his posture, his face screwing up like an angry chipmunk. Who are you calling a kid? I'm 22. Do I have to show you my ID or something? Wow, I must have really hit a nerve. In my defense, he definitely doesn't look 22. I would have guessed 17 or 18, especially considering the way he acts. Sorry, it's just because you're so full of energy, that's all. I get mistaken for a high schooler sometimes, so I feel your pain. Like a porcupine retracting its quills, the blonde stops bristling, although he still wrinkles his nose at me. Alright guys, we're going to save it here. Which one of you is the save button? I don't know, is it you? Are you save? Save. Yes. Okay, we're gonna save it here. And that will be it for tonight. So far so good. This, Argent Games, I think they make incredible visual novels. If you haven't played Your Dry Delight, please go play it. It's on Steam, and I believe I got it for free, so please go play it. It is so good. Like, really good. I really love the characters. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to more of this, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. Thank you for coming in and watching, and I will see you guys next time, my awesome, lovely audience. I love you so much, so much, and thank you for all the support, and just being the kick-ass sons of bitches you are, alright? Alright, I love you guys. Good night!